to Zenith Esports competition. We are just about to go, and it is going to be a blast. We have 19 drivers today from a multitude of esports teams, including Fusion Sim Racing, International Racing Team, Total Dynasty Racing, Ultimate Formula Racing Team, WRL Esports, Quadriga Esports, Titan Esports, Technical Racing Esports, Next Level Generation, and two other teams which haven't had the things changed. It is going to be a blast today. We have Zandvoort Racing Circuit. It is going to be a wild roller coaster. Now, I cannot wait to watch. This track punishes mistakes. And my god, is it going to be a good show. Session will start in 60 seconds. So, I believe we have 2 straight line modes and 14 corners. And I will definitely need some corners names for this track because I don't know what they are. And away we go for the qualifying session. Let's talk you through. So you've got FSR in the V car, but you then have UFRT in the Mercedes. In the Alpine, I'm not too sure. Let me check. Wrong channel. Oh, in the Alpine, you've got T10. Aston Martin, you have Next Level Generation, just as some cars are just about to come start their hot laps. As you can see on the track map, we will watch Taran as we watch the Ferrari as they go about their outer lap. I have no clue what the pole timer is going to be around here because, quite frankly, I've not watched anyone drive around here. But it will be a cracking show. As we watch Danny DeMaster go on first out flying lap around turn 1, really punishes lockups on the inside. Going into the fast right hand turn 2, into the back corner at turn 3, FSR retires from the session. That is a qualifying ban. Out of turn 3 into turn 4, through 5 into 6, all flat out. Maybe lift Lyco? No, Lyco flat out down the hill, purple first sector, not surprising, first burn ground. We'll flatten through this bit, break it down into the sharp right hand corner, opening up the corner into the left hander, down the back straight, there is 2 straight motos, and then into the tight twisty section of turns 11 and 12. To a mini straight into turn 13. Audi just about to start their lap. Bit wide at the apex, flat out down the back, banking down straight into the line. That is a 109.8. Has come through, and there's a 109.4. 9 that is much faster than Danny DeMaster. Nick Callum sets in at a 110.7. 7 as more cars are going onto their flying lap, to which Danny Skandrinski's go onto their flying lap. Through the banking, really hard corner, really low, I'd take that higher, and down the back straight away. Flat through this whole section, and look at the grip on that Mercedes. Flowing it through the middle section, every corner, trying to push it to the absolute limits. You will have track evolution out there, you will have time, but it's so important to set down a banker lap time here, because it can all be over at once. We have Jikux with a 109.7, Mandy with a 109.9, Zimbo with a 109.9 as well, Danny into P2 with a 109.6, with your Pillow going down the back straight. Flat out a bit of traffic, a loss of traffic. Very unfortunate. Still looks to be pushing. Is the house on a lap? No, they're not. That is impeding. Unfortunately, for Philo there. Very unfortunately impeding from the Cadillac and the Haas. With a 110.7, we will see a loss of improvement on that lap. As we go to the LG driver who's got yellow flags in the grass, potentially burning some extra fuel, potentially just validating. It's not a common place to go off unhindered. Which Simon onto it, that flicking it into the right, through the left. Thank you, Casket, for checking in. Through the penultimate corner, through the final long banked corner, we have an Alpine off in the middle sector, down towards the line. Where's it going to be? It will be a 109.8, putting him in P4. Welcome to the stream, Sparta. Popcorn at the ready. His teammate sets a 109.1. Got a Haas or a Cadillac. Don't know. It would have been this Cadillac. The 109.9 setting it into a 1. Nope, setting it into the 8th position. We've got Ryan Spencer worth it. Yeah, Ryan Spencer hitting a 110 dead. Whereas Worthless Eagle with a 117 dead. And LNG sustain over 128. Not set a representative lap time, but LNG sustain a 7.4 seconds up on his lap time and locking the rears. Unfortunate mistake, that will be the lap out the way, and he's completely backed off. As we have the Ferrari go past him. It's QDR Zimbo who is on a lap, 6 tenths down on his previous through the first sector, 9 tenths down through sector 2. This is his lap, I'm not entirely sure. I've never commentated before. Round the penultimate corner, round the final banked, and that will be him into the pits. As we watch LG Sustainer, will he stay out? Will he box? He stays out to go again. Those tyres must be dying at this point. Does go 5 seconds up through turn 1. Which is formerly known as Tarzan Box, then through turn 2, Gorlek Box, then through Hugenholz Box, the banked corner going flat out, using some of the battery down Kuhnstrag, watching him go through Rob Sletter Box into box 6, into Slivinsk, Master Box is next, then this is turn 8, Master Box, I'm butchering all these names, into box 9 and box 10. I'm not going to say these names because I am butchering every single one. just had to avoid now putting there, staying out the way, 9 seconds up on its lap time. LG Sustainer through the final section. What time is this going to be? Looks like a bit of oversteer on the exit. And down the back straight, flat out, foot to the floor, on the battery. What time is this going to be? It'll be a 1:10.3, putting him in P13. Got 13 viewers. Please check in. It helps Twitch verify you're an actual viewer rather than a bot. But welcome to the stream. Please follow for more commentary action or content like this. We've got Ward going on to another lap. This will be his second run onto the top step. Get Sana on the call to pronounce the names. That is a good point. I don't have Sana in the commentary booth at the moment. She would be very much help. Thank you, Sparta, for checking in. Ward through the first sector. Yellow flags briefly at the start of sector 2. 1/10 up on his time. That is going to be key to get pole position today. Cadillac just staying right out of the way through the middle section. Key to getting right for a good lap time. Through turn 10 and down the back straight mode. He goes. Oh, getting it wide on the exit. That will lose him tons of time, and he's completely backed off after that one. That's what pushing the limits gets you around here. Ward making a costly mistake, but fortunately keeping it a straight line on track. As you watch Taran start his lap, looks to be very far down. That is very slow moving Visa catch-up racing ball there. Welcome to the chat next. And that is very unfortunate for whatever FSR Taran is doing. Probably just a warm-up lap to burn some fuel, whilst we watch Pylo Game go on a lap. Going around turn 4 now, the back corner very keen to be getting right. Yellow flags for the FSR driver in the middle sector. FSR apparently also has a qualifying ban for this race. Let's see what he can beat with black. Vampit with the provisional pole, but only 12 thousandths faster than Wars, and Wars has not put in a lap yet, but he will be putting one in now. But as we go back to Pylo Game through the middle sector, 2.4 down and he backs off. We will go back to Wars as he's 2/10 up on his time through the middle sector. 2 corners left to get right. Super quick through the right hander, through the banking, flat foot to the floor, keeping it right to minimise the distance. And that is a 109.279. Really quick lap. Put in chat your predictions for pole, because currently it looks like it's going to be a fight between Wards and Vampy. As we go to the Cadillac, going on a lap through turn 4 he goes. Foot to the floor. I've said that a lot today as we watch the yellow flags for Sustainer in the middle sector, potentially just backing off to prevent an impede. And we have Joseph, who's just come over the line to set a representative lap time with a 1:10.2. Will we see more than him? Most likely, as his teammate currently sits on provisional pole and is most likely on his way to the back of the garage. International racing team made of Ward and Joseph in P1 and P14 currently look like they are very strong. Joseph being the weakling so far, but I reckon he can get that up near the field closer to his teammate. As we have many drivers going into the pits, looks like Sustainer jumped on the curb there. That is a very interesting way to take the corner. Is he going to push that? Battery isn't blinking. He is a little up. He's just shy of a 10th up on his lap. Potentially a better lap, but with better battery saving for the straight. through the penultimate corner, round the banking, foot to the floor, and that is a pit for Sustainer. Very fast entry. As we have Temeknev, driver we have not yet seen this session. Currently sitting P7 with a 109.852. I wonder if he can push up to get close towards. Good evening, Charlie. Welcome to the stream. Round the final corner. No straight mode like the DRS on last game. Into the pits. Pillow game, most likely into the pits, while we have a bit of a breather before the next run. Except do we? Because we have Worthless Eagle on an outlap. Going down the straight. Now this is key to get right, because this is most likely his last lap. Unless he can... Oh, he might be able to squeeze. We have FSR Taran in the first sector, completely stopped on track. As we watch Worthless Eagle go around turn 4. Trying to get it perfect. Out of turn 4, foot to the floor, bit of battery deploying, most likely, as we go on board for him through this middle sector. Through turn 9, take a very wide line. Wide, that wide. Into turn 9. That's turn 10. Then into the chicane on turn 11 and 12 for the FSR Taran. All yellow flags caused by him. This whole session he's been causing those yellow flags. Just getting out of the way. His tyres freezing Taran. Going around the final corner now. Final banking. The set a 1-0. No, it's a 110.1 rounding. As we watch Taran go onto a lap. Looks like Taran will just be doing a double. Another warm-up lap, just burning fuel as we watch. We go on to Zimbo, who is also not on a representative lap. Worthless Eagle just set 1. Joseph also not on a representative lap. No one seems to be on a representative lap time. Thank you, Joet, for following. Means a lot. And if you're in chat, follow what Joet does. Hit the follow button. It helps me out, and every penny made will go towards charity from the stream. Wards is on a warm-up lap as we watch Danko potentially on a flying lap this time. It's about time that people are going on flying lap. Yellow flag in the middle sector with a Bass or a Cadillac. I cannot tell the colour difference. Put in chat who you think is getting a pole this session. Will it be Danko, who's 3,000 down on his time? Does not look set to improve. Potentially that's different battery usage. We don't know. Very early days in these cars still. Round turn 9 into turn 10, taking nice and wide line. And down the back straight, activating straight mode, going flat out. There does seem to be a bit of traffic, but the Red Bull gets out the way very nicely. We've got an Audi and a Red Bull. It looks like the game doesn't like to have rendered the Haas's front wing at some point. Should probably have turned my graphics up for this. I do remember my graphics as he makes a 5/10 gain into P17. Unfortunately, that is going to be not the best lap for Danko. Ward on his final flying run as Joseph backs out. That is a shame for Joseph, who looked strong, but unfortunately hasn't been able to do that. Ward through the first sector, flat out, half a tenth down, potentially different battery usage, we do not know. Through the middle sector, going through a fast sweeping right hand corners. Hello Joat, welcome to the stream. Go TRS. You must be a TRS supporter. Down the back straight now, opening straight mode for the second time this lap, and into the very tight and technical purple middle sector. Is he on for 108? This could be our worst 108 of the day. Through the penultimate corner, flat out to the line, with all the battery, nothing more Wars can do. Does he go to the top? Yes, with a 109.1. Vampy coming to the line, looks to get a slipstream or an impede, goes 6/10 down. His teammate now coming to the line, running out of battery. That will not be an improvement. Zimbo comes to the line 6 seconds down and boxes. Joseph is invalidated and Danko is not on a representative lap time. That will be our grid for the race, with Wards in the amazing Red Bull. Go Red Bull. And well done to Wards. Well done to International Racing Team, who gets pop, followed by the TRS in Papaya and the Cadillac of... It's not... the team change, it's not... Can't remember who's in the Cadillac. Oh, the Cadillac of Team... No, Turbo Tennis. Okay. Who's in the Cadillac? And this will be our grid for this day. Ward Vampy, just 6, followed by the rest of the grid. There will be no lobby reset, and we don't need to do one. I have no clue on the weather. We will get race directed quickly. No pit stops. And that will be our order for the race. As we will go in for some ads now. Okay, 5 lights out and away we go. I did not say to ready up. And away we go for the Dutch Grand Prix. Through turn 1. Is it keeping away? Is there any collisions? There is a yellow flag, but nothing seems to become. Wards leads away, followed by a higher McLaren, followed by the Audi just fighting in mid-pack, as we see the Cadillac try and attempt to go round the outside of the banking. Got a lot of drivers fighting, yellow flags for Danko. Very bad start for the Haas driver pair of Titan Esports. Very unfortunate, as Ward leads through the first lap of racing with the McLaren behind, followed by the Audi, the Cadillac, and the two Ferraris of QDR. Flat out trying to build a gap. Purple middle sector for Ward's. Bumpy in P2 trying to stay with him, as we will look at, not look at the lap 3, we will look at the tyres. Mediums for most of the field, with the Cadillac and P8 going on the softs, going for a risky tyre. I think Guangzhou, this is indeed going to be interesting. 5 drivers on the hards. Taryn Sustainer apparently lost, making up ground from the start from having that qualifying ban. Danko 10 seconds from the field. As we go to the Alpine driver, who's very close to the FSR driver. Does he want to make a move into the fast sweeping turn 7? No, he does not. They are on the hard, so they will be going longer. Task for them now is just to try and stay with the mediums. They will be faster later on. As we see the Audi driver go for a huge dive bomb down the inside. We also see the Cadillac driver. That's a huge shot in the wall that I heard. That will be Nick Callum in the wall. And that is a huge shot. That will be a trip to the pit lane earlier than expected from the Alpine driver. That is locking up. Everyone seeming to get fastest lap. Alpine driver, unfortunately, huge damage. And the T10 Esports outfit will not be enjoying that. That will be in for a change of front wing. As we have the Papaya outfit go side by side with the Ferrari, just briefly going into turn 6. There is a yellow flag. The T10 Esports driver does indeed retire from the session in the pit lane, but does bring out the yellow flags in Sector 3. Why end straight mode? I do not know. As supports the Papaya outfit go for the outside line against the Ferrari. Very unconventional, just backing out of it. Knows that it's a long race ahead. It's not smart to make these early moves. If you're in Twitch chat and want to call a prediction on who's going to win this race, please do below. With a gap beginning to form between the Scuderia Ferrari and the Papaya McLaren. As the Papaya McLaren goes down the inside, Ferrari tries to defend it. Through goes Simon Sino of TRS, as we have racing between the Audi of WRL Esports and TRS. Through sector we've got Danny of UFTR. We have the Cadillac in the wall, the Cadillac with the unconventional soft strategy. That's a huge jump for him. That might have been with the outfit of the Ferrari in P7 and Joseph in the Red Bull, making up ground since the beginning of the race. And currently on our grid we've got the Ferrari outfit of Quadra Esports holding down the 6th and 7th positions. Very fine position. Eagle P15, yeah, Eagle started in the back and really hasn't got anywhere. We will have a look at position change. Joseph up 8 positions from the back. FSR apparently lost up 7 positions. Great start by some of the Red Bull outfits. Of course, Ward could couldn't go up the starting pot, and he's now created a gap, which looks to me, which is nearly 2 seconds, and the Audi looks to be going on the move through the downhill section. That would be a tough spot to get an overtake. Benjamin Bug with the WTRS as the Cadillac goes down the inside of turn 9. Just looks to be pushing the Audi a bit wide there. Simon Sino looks to be going for the move on the Audi, and through the Papaya outfit really getting a chance as the Ferrari goes into the back of the Audi. The Audi seems to be slightly down on pace at the moment. Will Zimbo have a chance at going for the move into turn 1? Waiting with yellow flags as a UFTR driver, and down the inside goes Ferrari, just sticking the nose in. We are fighting between the McLaren and the Cadillac in front as the Cadillac gets the position. Very good move on their part. As we're going on with the second McLaren in the running order. And Ward seems to have got this one. And I have just had some intel. Esso was the ORC champion from last season. Forming a 3-4, the Ferrari 6-7. Can they make inroads to getting near the closer to the front? Good boards, really pushing those tyres out in front. What a race by him so far. We are 6 laps in, and he's got a 2.4 second lead. Benjamin, if you would like, drop us a follow for more 6-7. And if you want to spend 67 channel points, you can waste a childish amount of points. I made that for children. We have Rian Spencer, who's taken a visit to the pit lane for a new front wing. If the team actually put one on. He has no front wing. No, he's not got the nose cone, but he's got the rest of it. That's interesting, as Tem on the softs of the Cadillac gets the fastest lap. That is a car that has pit already and most likely not be in the running order for the win, unfortunately for the Cadillac outfit. As we go on board Joseph, who's made up 7 positions since the start of the race. We already have a Peter of Hub, who's in just for new tyres. Is this a strat pitting really early? What's Eagle 15 doing? Eagle's now P14, TTN. Welcome to the chat, Andy. It is very nice to have you in. Fighting between the FSR and the Audi, just losing it all. That's Maddie just losing the rear end, unfortunately, for the WRO outfit, where teammate is in P4. Joseph overtakes twice, up 9 positions, and because of the McLaren pitting, everyone's been going up more positions. The other McLaren TRS going with a risky strategy, and Joseph on the inside. Will this be a good move? Will this be through for the outfit that's now pinning the wall in the background? That is Pylo Game, unfortunately taking a visit to the wall on this occasion. very unfortunate here. We've got Joseph picking up a bit of grass, up 11 positions. As we are fighting between the Ferrari, who seems to be dropping with the FSR driver. Through goes the FSR driver after we have a... That is... The Ferrari and the Wolves seem to be getting it wrong. This track is punishing everyone who makes a mistake. We have the Red Bull outfits leading. 2 of the Red Bull outfits are up 11 positions. And 1 is up 6. Brilliant comeback from both FSR and IRT. Of course, VNT Ward can't do a comeback drive, and he started on pole, and he's now lap 10. He's been leading every lap, he's been leading every second. He has timed this to perfection. But can the McLaren drivers do the undercut as they are together on track going around the final corner? A small lock up for FSR Taran, as we have lots of people visiting pit lane. We have the UFRT driver looking for the move. We will now view the tyres. We have a lot of the pit stops are going onto the hard compounded tyre. Will they last? Zandvoort tends to be a very low degradation track. But will it last? Will the tyres make it to the end with pace? Because each and every driver who is currently sitting up at the front are just eking out the tyres, and those tyres might be surviving now, might be really good now as the Cadillac comes into pit, as the FSR driver does the overtake on Joseph. Joseph is in for the pits. These tyres are degrading, and these are degrading fast. As New Heart and Pilo retires from the session, this is a very, very, very unfortunate race for the T10 Esports outfit. As we go on the water with NLG Sustainer, who has been quite quiet this race, so it seems. Just keep going. Thank you, Benjamin, for the follow. Thank you, Pedro Hamilton, for the follow. Keep in tune with more streams and action within my channel. And what a race we've had. First 11 laps, as Ward's now has a 5-second lead. Sustainer just losing the rear end slightly. Maybe that was a tap from Mazzy, I did not see. As we have a fight for position between the 2 McLarens. Most likely that is teamwork. You cannot get 1,000,000 channel points. I don't give people channel points. If you want to watch all my streams, do like an insane stream trick, feel free. I will not. Yeah, unfortunately, those are only satire points. I won't actually be banning Lee Woodward or Rice02 from the chat. But if you would like to tell me which one you'd ban, feel free. And if you are in the chat, place your predictions for the race win today. As we see fighting between FSR apparently lost Danny and Sustainer. We got a 3-second time penalty for Tem. We also have one for Bumpy. Might be 10 seconds, I didn't catch that. It is a 10-second speeding in the pit lane penalty for the McLaren outfit. Sustainer gets up into position. Welcome to the chat, DVA Nessa. Hope you're enjoying this. As we have Essa Psycho being boosted up to P2 after a pit stop, 6 seconds down from the lead. But we have 3 drivers sitting 3, 4, 5 on the hard tyre. Simon Seal, double fastest lap, with Simon going fastest, and then the Cadillac outfit. Simbo's still in the pits and will come out full lap pressure hard for Zimbo, then Simon. Can he make the comeback? But you do have the other McLaren in the way. Now there will definitely be team play as we go on board with the Cadillac, trying to make inroads on McLaren. There's no defending from McLaren, doesn't need to. Just take it tentatively. And as they will get overtake, that is a bit of grass that will be a bit of unstable, bit of lag. Can he make inroads down this straight? Both burning the batteries. Will McLaren die to the inside? Die on the inside. Just making light contact. Small snap mid-score as Mazzy sets the fast lap on the medium tyre. Huge contact between the McLaren. The McLaren does do a visit to the wall and into backwards, and just has to now wait and get out the way for the drivers coming through. That was a bit of argy-bargy. Benjamin, it wasn't rather stupid. It can work. Unfortunately, that time it did not work. 17 viewers in chat. Thank you all for joining the stream. If you're in chat and want to hit like to see more action, I might be back next week. I don't know. As we watch FSR apparently lost, who is on another set of hard tyres. Or a lot of drivers seem to go for the one stop, but a couple for the two stop. As we see Ward in the pit lane for a set of hard tyres, and Essa Psycho also in the pit lane, most likely for a new set of hards. Will Ward come out of the pit lane in first position? We will wait to find out. Does not. But he's in range of overtake on the Cadillac. But there's one thing about catching. It's another thing about passing. So we have Herb who's in the pit again for a front wing change. Very unfortunate for what I believe is a TRS outfit. Yeah, it is the TRS outfit, and that is very unfortunate, having to make the two stops. That will not be very fun for him. But he will stay out of this, as we have the Cadillac fighting with the McLaren, and will he go for the overtake? I'm yet to find out. It will be a great race between these two, because this will be the fight for the win. Sustainer still knows hard, going for the one stop, but it's being caught. We're being caught by the provisional race leaders because they've made a stop. Mazzy on the two stop, fighting with Joseph right now. Joseph on the suboptimal tyres, one lap older and on the hard, looking to get the overtake down Slovak. And will keep pressurising him, as we have Worthless Eagle making a great comeback behind. We will see the position change. Joseph up 9 positions from his start. Sustainer currently at 14, yet to pit. We have a few drivers going for the two stop. And will that work out? Ward's setting the fastest lap of the race, and I didn't even see it. And Ward is up into P2. Unbelievably fast driver. Super fast, and just keep going at it. I would not be surprised if he wins, but anything can change. Welcome to the chat, Riptide Gaming. And as we watch the second half, Sustainer, yellow flags. Catch that. He's setting the fastest lap, showing his pace, showing how fast he can be. But unfortunately, with the wing damage, as down the inside goes Worthless Eagle, trying to get the move on Joseph with a bit of argy-bargy. Will get the overtake mode down the straight, but Joseph will have it towards responding with the fastest lap of the race. And is 1.2 seconds over the Cadillac. Forza Essa, Forza ORC. Let's see what Essa can do in the remaining half of this race on the hard compounder tyre, going for the conventional one-stop strategy and very new hard tyres. Newest up towards Taryn on the mediums, most likely won't get it to the end. Essa looking for a move on Worthless Eagle, as we have Essa's teammate Maddie in the Audi going for moves, fighting with Joseph, pushing onto the grass. That's aggressive. Essa getting through on Joseph, 3 wide through turn 10, down the back straight, and down the inside on Essa goes Joseph, pushing a little wider as the 2 FSR drivers want to capitalise on this. Now, through the final corner down the longest straight of the track. There we go. Will we see any overtakes as we watch Essa at the moment? Essa looks to jolt for it, doesn't go for it, as we get FSR driver on the mediums behind, seeming to want to go for it. This train is led by Worthless Eagle, who was not very good in qualifying compared to some of the drivers around him, with 9-lap-old hard tyres. It will be very important for him to manage his tyres as they go downfield. It looks like getting aggressive. Joseph looking for the inside of the TTN driver, just staying behind here. Oh, Maddie does get through. Pylo finally leaves the session after an early retirement. I missed the overtake as this train is led by Maddie. And Joseph going down the inside of Worthless Eagle. Can he get the move done? No, he cannot. He has to be aggressive. And unfortunately, on Joseph's case, not this time. We have yellow flags caused by Danny just going wide as we go back to the battle for 6th position, with Sustainer still needing to pit on 19-lap-old tyres. Worthless Eagle just staying behind, seem to be in tandem. No, we got FSR Taryn going down the inside of Essa. This is heating up to be a good fight. Down the inside there, that's not an easy place to go for a move. With the FSR driver back in P11 trying to capitalise on this fight. We have side-by-side action between Essa trying to go around on the outside of the FSR driver. What an insane fight. Essa keeps the position in P9. We will still have Maddie boxing in the Audi and FSR Taryn most likely boxing in the B Cup, as Essa and Taryn are continuously fighting. Exchanges are going to be harsh at the moment. Down the inside the FSR driver, what a move. Whereas the other FSR driver tries to capitalise, collides with Essa's side pod, and unfortunately cannot get the move done. What a fight through the middle sector and into sector 3, as we have a Ferrari come into the pit again, and is now a lap down as we have Essa into the pits. Is this wing damage? Most likely, I'm not sure. It's no change of front wing, it's just a change of tyres. That might have been a front wing adjustment. That is a straight placement. They had tyres that could go to the end. Now, place your predictions. 15 laps. Can you predict the podium? Because currently it's Ward, followed by NLG Sustainer, followed by the Cadillac. But Sustainer still needs to pit. As we go to Simon, fighting with the Cadillac, 2 laps tyre difference, just catching up to Sustainer now. straight. Ward's coming in. Simon in, opting for the two-stop strategy. This is strange because this is usually a one-stop track. Even on last game, tyre wears lower. Adding a 10-second time penalty. This could play into Sustainers' hands. Because 40 laps is perfect for the mediums at this point. They're going to be rapid. They're going to make some gains. Will Tarrant have to stop again? Will some of these drivers, will Worthless Eagle have to stop again? I don't know. I wasn't expecting 2 stops. With Esso coming 1 second back from their teammate. Can they make any inroads? Easier to push with that, indeed. Easier to push. We have a bunch of drivers as we have Tarrant going for a move from Joseph. Those medium tyres seem to be working through as we have yellow flags for... Is that Daniel Spiris having a slight issue? I'm not sure. As we have Ryan Spencer who's come out of the pits on fresh hard, down in P15. Not going too well as we have Worthless Eagle into the pits again. Michael was not on the two-stop strategy. I was not expecting this. As we go through the back corner on board with the SR driver, try and make inroads on the IRT driver of Joseph, who started this race so far down the field. I did not think it was, as we have the Ferrari driver diving to the far inside, that's being that, causing a yellow flag. That's just slow. The FSR driver up 13 positions. Benjamin, at this point, it looks pretty obvious who is going to win the race, as Ward's up at the top, 5 seconds in the lead. Unless any huge mistakes happen, he has got this. But there's always potential for a safety car. And last week we had 3 safety cars. And now all we have is a Cadillac in the pit. We've got many drivers coming. We've got Joseph into the pit. This is going to really play. Joseph with a 10-second speeding penalty. Very unfortunate for him. Benjamin, now we all question back at you. Who do you think is going to win this race? As we have a couple fastest that set yellow flags for the Ferrari driver on the mediums. But just seeming just to park it. Very interesting way. You're reckoning Simoncino's going to win. Very strange driving from Danny DeMaster. Danko into the pits for his second stop. I wasn't expecting 2 stops. But Ward and Danny, 9 laps. FSR apparently lost on 10-lap old tyres. Are they going for the 1 stop? Could this play into FSR's hands by going for a 1 stop? I'm doubtful Tarrant will make it to the end of the race on these tyres. Unless he can nurse them to the line. And he's going again. Huge respect if he puts on the set of softs. I'd love to see that. We have had a few softs run-ins in a Cadillac and a couple others. And it will be great to see. Again, if you're in chat, you'd like to drop me a follow, please do. And it is always worth a follow because it helps me out, it helps the channel out, and it will always be good for the community. 78 followers, a lot more than before the stream. And as we go for the final 10 laps of this race, as LG Sustain on those fresh mediums seems to be pressuring Benjamin Bugsboy of Simoncino in P12. 0.6 back. I reckon in a couple of laps he will go for the move. as we have Daniel very close, and we have the FSR driver. We got both FSR drivers in a wall. That is very unfortunate for the FSR team, both simultaneously in the wall, going to win gold medal for the synchronized wall hitting. Huge inroads on that. Fortunately, gold medals in racing don't mean nothing unless you stand on the top step of the podium. This is played to the hands of Simoncino amazingly. Tomek with another 3-second time penalty, not making down the field. And as we go round watching Daniel in P3, this has been a crazy race. As we see the fastest lap, 11.5 for the Cadillac outfit in P6, driving a little lonely right now. Most drivers are into the 111s, few are still in the 112s, and Danko has unfortunately not been able to get out of the 113 to race. Gap to leader, if Ward's pit, he will come out maybe P4 or 5. I'm not entirely sure, it's usually around 20 seconds. As we go down the straight for the 27th time, Tomek getting another 3-second time penalty in the pit lane and then retiring from the session. Very unfortunate for his race. Not as many retirements as last race, fortunately enough. Now in the chat, you can vote who is the driver of the day, because the game will set one, I'll give a name, and we will keep watching. The heat on track has died down with all these second stops, which I'm surprised we even saw 2 stops. I was not expecting that. And we go now with 9 laps to go. Yellow flag. That is a virtual safety car. I think that was just a retiring from the pit lane that caused that. No, we have a... I think that was just the retiring from the pit lane. Yeah, we have a virtual safety car. Zimbo darts into the pit lane. It's going to work into their favours perfectly. What tyres? Mediums. As they go on to fresh mediums, 8 laps to go. This is working really well into their favour. Will we see any more drivers into the pit lane? Not that we can see. We do have a Ferrari off. The other QDR driver going very slowly, activating straight mode for the straight line speed boost. And now the win falls down to the lone QDR driver in this race. But we have Joseph for speeding under the safety car penalty. That is extremely unfortunate for him. And we have Vampy with a 10-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. Danny DeMaster also. Both drivers retiring from the session. Super unfortunate for the TRS driver, and Vampy just seems not to have any hope this race from the early collisions. As we have Sustainer, who is sustaining himself currently in P4 after not the best qualifying ever. Up 11 positions. This is working out great for him. But we do have him being chased by the Cadillac on the hard and Zimbo on the fresh mediums. As we do have a Ferrari driver just with a retiring in the pit lane. Do go back on track, which I do find strange. So we have Essa behind Maddie. Can they make a move? Just falling outside the 1 second window. Of course, Dirty Air is reducing these halves, but it's still there. He is really dying down. Joseph on the back of Martha's Eagle, but that drive-through penalty is going to be super harsh for the IRT driver, which is super unfortunate for the team. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it will be a top 10 for Joseph this race. But it plays into the hands of Werther Siegel and Rian Spencer and Taryn of FSR, which is super unfortunate by both FSR drivers synchronised going into the barrier. It is back now. Oh, did we have an ad break? I should have turned that off. Wonder, did we have an ad break? Oh, it was cut it. I wonder why that happened. I don't know, let's just watch the rest of this race. No, it does say unstable on my screen. First time shut Semenko under 1 second. Oh, indeed. Those 7 lap fresher hard 2-stop strategy paying dividends. This will most likely be a relatively easy overtake. Well, weird thing, but it's now back to me. Any issues, feel free to report. It'll drop me a DM. I will be back in 20 seconds. I just need to drink a bit of water. Race. Nothing seems to be stopping him. He's dropping a bit to Simon and in the pit. Aaron finishing up, then followed by Joseph. Rian will come home next. Ten-second penalty from Joseph, unserved penalty. Kazakh does win. That will be a great result. And as Danko will come across the line. We will see the results, as it was a dominant race by Ward, but just unfortunate for the late pit stop. And as we go to the results, the Cadillac gets the win with only 14 drivers finishing. Yep, only 14 drivers finishing. And I will grab the race director for anyone who needs it. Thank you for watching at Zenith Esports competition, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.